So for the next 10 days, or whatever it is, here we go. Get into the top 1%. This is what you want to do. This is very selfish. Everyone's with me. This is very selfish. It's like a 10-part series. If you're not going to be selfish, just hit end, leave the meeting, and go because you're not the proper audience. Steve is supposed to only be thinking about Steve. Steve, you do me no good thinking about everybody else until you've thought about you. Now, if you're like me and in self-actualization, then you can start thinking about everybody else. But until you walk yourself up Maslow hierarchy of needs, I need you thinking about you. It just is what it is because you can't help me when you need help too. That's simple. Okay? You can't get sick enough to help the sick. You got to be well to help the sick. So here is what we're covering immediately. Take a screenshot, write it down, do whatever you got to do, because this is what we're going to talk about. And the credit of this page is actually an Instagram page, Kaizen Executive. Now, but there you go. Take a screenshot. This is what's going on. Take a screenshot. This is what's happening. This is the income needed to be in the top 1%. For our purposes, we're going to focus on 3 areas most. Why? Because I have business in all 3 of these areas, and it's selfishly to the people on this call. India, the UK, and the USA. That's what we focus on right now. Soon it'll be this, but we'll go back to that. Everybody see it? Do we see it? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, somehow in my daily meeting, you asked me, wait a minute, Antonio, can we get the plan now? Because I was going to wait till Monday. I was like, wait a minute. I want it now. I'm polling my audience. Am I still in the energy of, you give us this now? Is this still right? All right, good. Just want to make sure. Outstanding. Thank you for raising your hands. I'm going to show this picture again because I just saw Tempest hopped on. Take your picture if you have it. Here it is. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Outstanding. Now let's go for it. The goal is, how the heck do we get there? Let me give you some basic foundations, and I'm going to try to do it in 3 minutes unless I see confusion or resistance, and I'll break it down even more. Money is not real. And so cash or assets. Neither cash is not real, and assets is, because assets, if you're talking about things that put money in your pocket, which is the definition of assets, they're real, but I need to talk about assets since it just came up in the chat. Let's go to cash. Stop. Your problem, all of y'all problem right now is you're thinking about this money. That's your number one problem. Because none of these numbers are real. I know that's hard, to difficult to understand, but just don't even try to understand it. You're just going to have to trust the fact that I could do this whole list combined with no issues, and I can get it done in 30 days. Okay? So this isn't, don't even, just right now, blindly trust. None of these numbers are real. But, Carol, how you behave in these numbers financially, that's real. The question becomes now, how do I financially create an economy to get to those numbers? And that's the next 10 days. Do we have this full understanding? Thank you. Because it's not, if you get those numbers, but they don't repeat themselves, you ain't got those numbers. As soon as you spend $1, you're not in the top 1% no more. You understand? Well, the first thing, so when I asked, hey, I got questions. And the first thing Deanna blurted out was, I ain't even trying to get in these numbers. I'm trying to get in the global. I want to do all these numbers combined because that's how she thinks, global. So she made me know I need to talk about global class. So that's coming back up. Someone just told me Jerry has his hands up. Where is Jerry? If you got your hand up. Oh, there you go, Jerry. Oh, he's probably raising up when I said something. Jerry, you got something to say?
No, I was
Okay.
raising my hand when you
Yeah,
asked.
when the poll is, yeah, got you. Okay, Deanna's just on it, making sure no one gets left out. Let's talk about assets for a second. There's only one asset there's two assets I want you to focus on, okay? But I want you to use me to get to the one asset that matters. Please, for the love of God, write that down. I am leveraging my relationship with Antonio to get one form of asset to the only asset that matters. I am leveraging Antonio. I'm literally putting in the terminology you need for your subconscious to work on that. I am leveraging active. Present active voice is what that is. Present participle voice. Present active participle is exactly what this is. I am leveraging. There's your participle. Antonio. And his asset, or whatever I said, and then funneling that money to the only asset that matters is what I'm saying. If you don't get this, then you're already dead in the water. You're already letting someone like me leverage your poverty condition. What is poverty? It is everything that is not abundance. But I'm trying poverty. But I did better poverty. Any word that you're using to soften the blow of your reality is poverty. Antonio, I'm not in the top 1%. I'm taking every single thing that you say. I'm applying it. I'm happy as hell. I'm loving my life and I'm on it. But I'm broke. Prosperity, abundance. Why? Because there's only two roads. Prosperity, poverty. And the moment you get off poverty, you're automatically on prosperity. Your income just hasn't caught up with you. But there's only two roads. There is no in between. Help me, somebody. Since I got a reaction out of Sugar, let me just go ahead and get her churchy real quick. There's a difference between going and arrived. There is a text in the sacred scriptures of her religion that says, I will bless the Lord. Okay. That is in the voice of future active. The writer is attempting to get you to understand, I know where I'm at, but in the future, whatever it looks like, I'm actively blessing the Lord. I understand what I'm going through, but my mind is on blessings. I wish I had somebody. I'm trying to break your scriptures down. Do you understand? This is what all right. Antonio, repeat the 10 classes info. Okay. Oh, thank you. You see, I knew you was going to remember, Karen. That's why I told you. Okay. That's what I told you. That's exactly why I said I knew she was going to remember. Grace and Tempest, now known as T and G, came out, convinced me 2 weeks from now to do 10 financial classes each Tuesday. And they're going to submit all their questions because Tempest has a new $500,000 debt that it's a good debt, right? That she's doing. And then Grace, and they both want to do stuff, which I'm going to bring up. And in their big money problems will be the solution for all your money problems. And I'm going to do 10 classes. Do not confuse money with finances. Money is not finances. Finances is how you're being oppressed. Money is the tool that they're using to do so. All right. Now, I will bless the Lord is saying, I know where I'm at. You see, and this is David saying this, you see you see the shepherd. You see me not fully in my position I've been anointed for. I wish I had somebody up in there. But what you see ain't got nothing to do with my abundance. Same thing for you. Okay? Same thing for you is what I'm attempting to communicate here. It sounds like I had a word for grace. Okay. This is same thing for you. Okay? Same thing for you. Now, take it out of the religion, and I'll use all y'all's. I know the top six. I got them. I got them down. I know all the top six. I even know Greek, and it's not the sacred text in Greek would actually be Homer's Iliad. But nevertheless, let's keep going. Money, finances, not the same thing. You need to do two things. You need to take Ricasa and flow it to the only asset that matters, which is hard assets that produce cash flow. All right. If I was not talking like this, you should not follow me. I'm just telling you. And anybody you know that has real money flowing through hard assets. It is not through cash. They use cash as a tool to buy depreciating assets, or excuse me, to buy appreciating, going up assets that are currently depreciating, buy low, sell high, pennies on a dollar. And I'm going to wait until I get my return on investment. So you're going to take Ricasa, which is a real asset, and then you're going to take that money to get into the top 1%, and you will not leave anything ATS and depend on Ricasa. You're going to take that money, put it in a hard asset to stay in the top 1%. Anything less, I am your slave master if I do not tell you that. Okay, this is why me and Steve gets along, because Steve knows I ain't got time to be trying to use you. Okay, this is what it is. You want to, please write this down, put glitter on it. You want to use my labor. You want to become, put it exactly what I'm going to say it. I will become Antonio's labor and use Antonio's labor to create my own labor force. I will become Antonio's labor and use Antonio's labor force to create my own labor force. It is at this moment I have said the wisest thing I have said in all of this year. Okay, got you. Everybody got me. Say it all the time. I'll say it to you again so you can have a full understanding of what I'm talking about. And I know this is difficult. If you're having trouble grasping this, it has nothing to do with your intelligence. It has everything to do that they've never taught you how to be rich. They've taught you how to be an employee. So this isn't your fault. Like this has nothing to do with you. The whole system, especially if you're a baby boomer, y'all have been used terribly. Don't get me started on that, right? Y'all have been misused in every country. Baby boomers are currently right now the largest transfer of wealth happening in the next 15 years is the baby boomers transferring their wealth to millennials. You also transfer, what they're not telling you is you're giving that to taxes too. The same programs they're denying you to get at retirement age is the same programs you funded for the last 35 years. I wish I had a baby boomer. Okay, you funded it. It exists because of you. And now they say, I don't know, Steve. I don't know. You got to apply. And we know that's garbage. Okay, that's garbage. So what's the point there? It's because they taught you how to be my labor force. I'm teaching you how to be my labor force, then use my labor force to get your own labor force. That's what I meant by that sentence I had you write down. Because you got to start somewhere, right? But you're going to go in the flow and then take my money. How? Because I'm paying all this money and all these people to do all these calls and to make sure all this is working. And you're going to take that, which is an asset, which I'm breaking down, and then you're going to put it into a hard asset like real estate, and that those renters become Steve's labor force. I'm preaching in here, Pam Norris. That's it right there. There is no other way to think about this. If you do, you're just not going to keep your money. It's not enough to get it. How do I keep it? Because if you can get to the top 1%, that money is going to keep growing whether you want it to or not, if you can keep it. Okay, if you can keep it. That's what happened. This is how I live. My money grows whether I want it to grow or not. Of course I want it to, but it's going to keep growing. There's nothing I can do about it at this point because it has labor forces everywhere. People go to jobs they can't stand, Steve. With bosses, they want to punch in the mouth. With coworkers, they can't wait to block on social media as soon as they find out they own. To cut me a check just to live in a house they got to leave 40 hours a week. What a good life. You understand? For me, not so much for them. And we want to put you in the same position. Is that fair? That's literally the rat race is what I described. Now, back to assets. In the assetness, the reason why you can trust Antonio or the reason why you can trust Riqueza or anything I build is not because I'm smart. It's because I have the right vehicle. My vehicle produces income. So now going back to that sentence I made you write, you're going to become my labor and use my asset. But don't depend on my vehicle. That's what I told you. Put it in the vehicle you got control over. Ooh-wee. Do you understand? You take my energy, my money, and move that to a vehicle that you run. And anyone not telling you this is really just trying to control you. Okay? All right. So we good. We good foundation. So now I took my 3 minutes and added extra 13 minutes on top of it because of the question that Monica put down there versus cash and assets. Yeah, cash or assets. Cash is trash. However, you're going to use cash to create assets. And we want income producing assets. And you always want to take your income back to a vehicle you control. But that vehicle needs to be hard vehicles. The statement I'm about to say next is going to blow your mind. And you've never been taught it before. I'm still going to say it. No one has ever got rich from business. And I know that's hard to believe. There's not a single rich businessman or woman in the world. And you're going, wait, that doesn't make sense. Because they are rich. They're investors. They are not business people no more, especially if you go public. If you go public, you've turned your vehicle into an investment vehicle. If you try to keep your income into a business, you will never be super wealthy. Why? Because business has too many expenses. And business is always at the mood of the market. But investments grow no matter what, if it's a good one. This is why many companies go public, because that now turns that business into both a business and an investment, because it has investors. You call them what it's called, you know, when you buy stocks, shareholders is what I'm looking for. Those shareholders are now the business. The shareholders are the business and the customers are the product. But actually, let me back it up. That's how Facebook works. The shareholders are the business. The product is the product, and the customers are the bank account, basically. That's how most businesses work. With the advent of the information age, what I said the first time is how business works now. Social media, if you join something for free, you are the product. And advertisers like me are the customers. So if you have a Facebook account, Twitter account, any account, you're the product. And then they're selling you to me, and I'm their customer. That's that. So we have a full understanding here. Any questions so far? Because if you think that was high, we gone. All right, everybody's good. So me being wise, I took feedback. I'm gonna pull up my picture. Y'all not gonna be able to understand it at all. Global class is what Deanna wanted me to talk about first. Deanna, everybody just write this down. The middle class is the new poverty. Okay. Sugar's like, yep. And I know that goes against your logic, but it sure enough don't go against your experience, does it? Because we all know it sure take about $45 an hour to be broke, don't it? As absurd as that sounds, it takes about $45 an hour to be broke. That's about $87,000 a year. Don't forget, taxes gonna take a third of that. Now you're back at 50 something. Now I'm not sounding too foolish no more. And then cost of living, and you're living in the metropolitan area more than likely, and now it costs $90,000 to live in the metropolitan area. So once again, you're broke. If you need, how many of you? This is a trap of the system. Please hear me. This is a trap of the system. If you concentrate on your credit score, make sure that your credit is good, and leverage your credit in any type of way, my point is proven. You understand? Because you do not want to ever borrow money. Unless you take somebody else's money and then put it in an income producing asset, right? And then now it's good. That's a whole different mindset. I'm not borrowing money at that point. I'm using someone else's money as my labor force and putting that labor into another labor force. And I'm letting two labor forces bring me wealth. That's what I'm doing. Okay. Go ahead, Carol, because I am. If level 10 awareness is the highest, we at like 15 right now, and I ain't even got started. Go ahead.
You know, I worked for these two older people. They were in their 80s, running a business. They got their credit up really high. They had 17 credit cards. They used those credit cards to buy property and all kind of stuff with them, because they were able to get such a high amount in their credits.
Smart.
The only thing is they didn't pay those credit cards back.
Also smart too, depending on how you play the game. Depending on how you play the game, because all they can do is come back for those credit cards. They can't come for those hard assets. You know, I wouldn't play that game. However, Let's do the same thing she just said, but now let's be super ethical with it. They use their credit cards as business cards, and then they said, "Now, customers, you pay off my credit cards." Now that's great. It's not a game I would play at 80. It's certainly a game I would play at 38 because I play it now. I'd play that game all the way till I was 70. Sure would, because medicine will let you live to 90 anyway. Go ahead, Michelle.
I'm sorry. I got distracted. You said you do not what? I was writing it down and I got distracted with my.
It's all good. I believe I was talking about I don't ever borrow money.
Oh, yes, that was it. You do
That's
not
what it was.
borrow money.
Yeah,
Yes.
do not borrow money. Now I'm going to contradict myself, but I'm really not contradicting myself. If you borrow money, that's the trap. However, if you have a hard asset or some vehicle that's going to produce you a lot of money, then you take someone else's money and you put it into that vehicle. And if that vehicle pushes you back out a lot of money in your bank account, you're not borrowing money. You borrowed a labor force. You were basically the Europeans that borrowed this. Let me get real. This is the only reason the transatlantic slave trade existed. It is the only reason why African slavery, the American slavery, it is the only reason it existed. Even the Catholic Church benefited from slavery because the whole world used African people as their labor force. I don't mean to be emotionally charged with that, but just process the information. Like, try to be more like me and just objectively step back and recognize somebody 500 years older than you knew I should probably get a labor force. Because that's my point here. Yeah. So if you're European, you're pretty good at getting labor forces. You got a leg up. So get better. If you are black, you're pretty good at being a labor force. So you understand the psyche of people who want to stay labor force. Either way, you all win if you can understand the rules of money. If you reject them, well, that's fine. You're just going to keep upholding my wealth condition. It just is what it is. There's a reason why the rich keep getting richer and the poor keep getting poorer. It has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with the fact what we accept, reject, or whatever. Doesn't matter. All right. Let's go back to that question, Michelle. Don't ever borrow money. That seems like I'm being stupid. I'm being foolish. But no, because if y'all are borrowing money, that's your problem. Literally, you borrow money to go get a house. And right there, you've trapped yourself in the middle class, which is the new poverty. Now let's borrow this money again the right way. You borrow money to get a house, and that house pushes you back a lot of money. Now you're in the top 1%. That's the trap. And listen, y'all, it's so funny because we'll let Bank of America, your phone just rang. We'll let whatever bank you got. We'll let banks tell us to buy a house when they rent where they giving you the money at. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. It's insane. It's even your government buildings rent, okay, where they are. Land has no value. The only way land got value in America. I can't talk about any other place, but I can tell you America. Land had no value. They gave it away for free. The moment you put a slave on it, it got value. Now watch this. What's a slave? An income producing asset. Okay. So your land has no value. If you own a house and it does not produce you income, it's got no value. You have no value. You're a slave, someone else's. the banks more accurately. But if you put an income producing asset on it, boom, now you get the benefit. I need y'all to get that. If you don't, you're going to be who needs me, who has a question or needs me to reiterate, because you got it, you just need me to say it a few more times in different ways to seep in there. Anybody? Okay, Sugar needs me to say it. Okay, and Michelle, let me do you just need me to say it, or do you have something specific that you want me to touch on? Okay, go ahead, Michelle.
Okay, so I'm in the process of getting my house.
Got you.
I'm in the process of actually making my, I like that idea that Carol said that the people were doing, and you even said it, get the credit cards and then let my customers pay that off.
That's right.
Through the business. So I'm aiming on that because I'm making my credit better to get to that point where I could get those high
Gotcha.
limit. But how do I get the house or the vehicle without borrowing? Okay, show me while I'm in the process of doing that. Show me how to do that.
Got you. I have to ask you a question. I'm gonna show you how to do it, but I have to ask you a question as well. Deanna, can you pull up for me? Hold on. Let me make you the. Oh, Grace is the host. Thank God. All right, good. I thought I was. All right. Can you pull up? You're gonna pull up. Type in Robert Kiyosaki, and then you're gonna type in Robert Kiyosaki. How the classes spend money. Type that in for me, and it's gonna happen. Yeah, that'll be great, and that's gonna answer the bulk of your question, Michelle. But I have to ask you a question to make sure I put this in some really good context for you. What is your goal? What are you trying to do with your money? I really need to know that.
Invest so it could grow. It could make money on top.
Okay.
And I make money while I sleep.
Okay, that sounds good. How much money are you trying to make? You give it to me monthly. That'll make sense. Give it to me monthly, and that'll tell me where your mind at.
I want to make at least 10 to 15K a month.
All right, then don't buy a house. Don't buy a house. All right, everybody, and I know that it's like, oh my God, how can you say that? I'm gonna break it down. Don't buy a house.
I'm thinking I put my foot in my mouth.
No, you blessed yourself. You blessed yourself. Okay, I lost your camera, but you blessed yourself. Go to share your screen, Deanna. Let me ask. No, you good? No, come on. The way it works right here, Michelle. You can you might can interrupt at any time. It's all good. Go to images, please, Deanna. I'm looking for his classic. Right there. See where the gray is? No. Second row. Not that one, but the next one. That one. Go ahead and click that one. Now, okay, this is perfect. Well, all right, just stop it. Just stop your whole screen. I'm gonna draw it better. That's not a good picture. All right, go into my whiteboard. Poor. Poor. And then middle. And then wealthy. These only three things that exist as far as capitalism is concerned. Let me switch my screen. So I need to see y'all. I might have to do this like OBA and have at least most of y'all with your cameras on so I can see you. I need to see when I'm confusing people. But let me stop my screen real quick. I need you to know for the next 10, whatever we're doing this, today and then all the daily meetings plus the thingamabobbies I told you Tuesday, Thursday, and whatever. I need you to know that thingamabobby is a technical term. I need you to know that we are going to have the most difficult, complex conversations about money that you probably ever had, or just exists. And you're going to get lost. It's okay. And because you're not going to, by day 3, you're not going to be lost at all. You're going to be fluent in financial intelligence. It's okay. It's okay. Some of you are already more fluent than others. It's all good. I'm just be ready. You'll be fine. Okay. Just want to do that. Share my my whiteboard. This is in Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad. So I want to give him credit. Now, here's what this looks like. There's only one way the poor spend their money. Only one way. E now stands for expenses. And then, I'm sorry. Let me do that again. We'll put the US dollar sign, because I don't know how to do the pound on my keyboard. Dollar sign is money. And then expenses, E equals expenses. Everybody follow my legend so far? All right. So I'm going to pre-fill this out. And I'm going to add new elements each way. Dollar sign. And then expenses. And then financial institution. And then the wealthy. Move this out my way. And the wealthy have dollar sign. And then they have expenses. Oh. There we go. And they have, I'll put it over here, expenses. And then they have financial institution. And then they have assets. All this is pre-filled out. We will make it all make sense. If you're poor, actually, no. Hold on. Everybody look at me real quick. Everybody look at me. There is no if here. I almost messed my own self up. There's no if. You fit in one of these. And if you spend your money in one of these ways, that's where you are, okay? That's where you are. If you spend your money in one of these ways, there's no if. That's why I started off Pandora by saying there's prosperity, there's poverty. You know, if you try to put a little clever word on it, you just might as well put yourself to the poor column or something. Just don't even. All right. So we just want to say that up front, because you are in one of these if you're in a capitalistic society. There is no other. That's not how capitalism works. All right. I did not invent capitalism. I just learned it. Now, here we go. It is at this point in the conversation, we're going to do, by the time you're done, you're going to be both confused, all confused, completely understand, and say, why the hell we don't teach this in schools? You're going to do all those reactions, okay? You're going to have all of them. You're going to have all those reactions. You're going to be confused and understand at the same time. Like, that is what happened to me. And you're going to be like, man, we should have taught this in school, because they don't teach you this in school. They don't. Now, here we go. If you're poor, I'm going to draw now. Your money, you get it, and it goes directly to expenses. There is nothing else. Money comes in, money goes out. That is the poor model. But Antonio, I make $1 million a year. Does your money go in and money go out? Then you're poor. No, you don't understand, man. I got a business now. Okay, let me ask you a question. When you get your money, when you get a customer, does that money come in and go out? Oh, I need to stop it real quick. Come look at me. Most of y'all businesses are in the poor model. You get a customer, money goes out. Okay. most of your businesses operate in the poor model. Okay, I got a lot of reactions like, oh my God, that's what happened. Money comes in, money goes out, it's over. You are poor. But this is why I hate, this is why y'all never hear me talk about revenue. And you hear me, I always say something negative about net worth. I just can't stand it. Because all these are illusions of me doing well. Ain't nobody trying to hear that, Steve. Forget revenue, because I can't keep that. And forget net worth, because, well, all the people y'all like, they net worth can't be spent, and billionaires is taking your paycheck protection program. How about that? Okay? Do you understand what I'm saying? Jerome, am I helping you, man?
Yeah, and I gotta say, Antonio,
Okay.
I gotta say something, because you going. I'm telling you right now. First of all, you taught this to me last year, so this ain't new, all right. So I'm getting that, but I gotta share something with you that's gonna make you proud,
Oh yeah.
and it's gonna let you know that I've been paying attention to what you said.
Amen.
You told me back when you said, Jerome, you said to me, you say, if I'm partnering with you, if I'm partnering with somebody and they get paid and they don't pay themselves first, I don't know what to do with them. Period. Because I told you that, because I was doing this. Get paid, money go out, don't nothing come back in. Got my little unemployment thing, Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Paid myself first. Then got 2 payments since then. Paid myself first. Them other accounts are low, but guess what my account is? It's up there because I paid myself first. Come on now. And in the back of my head, guess who in the back of my head? Antonio T. Smith. And Antonio, do you know how good it feels to when I do that? Do you know how good that feels? I said, come on now. I ain't felt like that before. I ain't felt like that in a long time.
Let me tell you something. Biologically, if you lack money, your skin is dry. If you don't have a condition like eczema or something, I'm serious. Stress, your largest organ is your endometrium layer. Stress will attack your skin. I've got the most smoothest moisturized skin, except for on my arms, because that's just something hereditary, right? This is something hereditary. My kids got it too. Other than that, I'm baby smooth. I ain't stressed about money at all. I'm not. I get a $97,000 bill. All right. And this is what I really love about me. I love this part, Jerome. They be like, pay your bill. I be like, I don't feel like it. I do it when I feel like it. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? I own everything. I'll pay you when I feel like paying you. Because I'm not fit to be your labor force. And I damn sure ain't fit to let somebody who make $14 an hour hound me over some bill. Get out of here with that.
And Antonio, I still owe people money, but I'm not touching that money to pay no bills.
You better not. You better
Come on,
not.
man.
You better not. If they want to get paid off, you understand? Now I'm talking about integrity. But
exactly.
You got 20% of your income that is designed to pay off your bills. And if you cut your expenses and realize my 20% can't do this, you go into negotiation with them. This is how much you're going to get a month until paid off. Can you handle that?
If you can't.
And if you can't handle that, I'm still going to do it. Like I'm not finna ruin my life to be your labor force, but I'm also not going to ruin my blessings by not fulfilling my word that I promise you I'm going to do.
Bingo. Amen.
You understand what I'm saying? But y'all need to be more disciplined. If 10% goes to you and 20% going to your bills, that means you're living off 70. And if you poach more into that 70, it's over for you. You're one COVID crisis away from poverty or a cancer scare away from us having to do a GoFundMe to bury you. It's the truth. Now, if your business, because you're going, well, I'm doing pretty good in business. Does your money come in and does it go out? If it does, you're poor. And you have the illusion of being better than other people because you have a business. But this is why you can't get investors, because you run across someone like me who sees it for what it is, and we're not going to invest. I just had someone, and I really need to call this guy. He wants me to set up a phone call with one of my billionaire friends so he can pitch him a business. First off, just inbox him. Secondly, no. It doesn't make sense, Steve, because you don't come to people like me with a win-win situation. You want to do business with me? You come to me with a no-lose situation. Hey, Antonio, I built it all together for you. It's all good. If you take a risk on me, you won't lose at all. I earned my spot. Don't come to me with your hand out. I can't wait to help you anyway, but don't come to me expecting that it is my duty to help you, because now you're telling me your mindset. And like Jerome said, if I see poverty on you, I don't want nothing to do with you. Listen to my company statements. We make profitable clients more profitable. And I consistently tell y'all, I want to create 100,000 millionaires. I'm not trying to save the world. I want 100,000 Steves and Carols. That is it. This is why most of the people who follow me, this is as funny as it is, but it makes sense because my values are right in line. Most of the people who follow me are extremely conservative or conservative, 50 and up. Hell, I might as well be Republican. Might as well. At this point, might as well. I might as well, because if you're talking about let's listen to the conversation we having. This is how it works. The people on the right know how to make money, don't know how to share it. The people on the left know how to share money, don't know how to make it. That's basically what's happening in all the governments. I just simplified your news channels. You don't have to watch news no more. That's the problem. Like, that's the problem. The people on the left, they want to share Steve money as fast as possible. Don't know how to make Steve his money back. The people on the right is like, wait a minute. nah, I made this. I ain't sharing it for nothing, right? It's just right, just this constant battle between those two. So now that you get that, keep listening, because I ain't even got started yet. The whole first hour was for me to give y'all some foundation. That's this. If your personal life worked this way, so I'm telling you, I don't care if you make $10 million. If your money works like this, yourself is poor. Now, there's a trap. The trap is, let me give you the illusion of not being poor. And this, I got to stop sharing my screen, because I tried to drop this on y'all yesterday or the day before. I'm going to do it again, because by now y'all should be catching that I be dropping stuff and I just don't explain it. I don't say nothing. I explain it because I just say the universe is gonna give it a seed, gonna grow when it's supposed to grow. Let me tell you why. My religious beliefs now, they're real confusing to get. It's real confusing to understand where I stand religiously. I'll help you have an understanding. If I had a religion, it would be the law of one. You just look it up. It would help you out. Okay, law of one. Just look it up. It would help you greatly understand me if I had a religion. Now, one of the fundamental principles is I can't violate Steve's free will. That's what I can't do. Now, that means a lot. I can't make Steve do something he doesn't want to do, right? That's how you perceive free will. It's deeper than that. It also means that I can't give Steve some information that is now going to make him make decisions that he would not have made if I would not have given him that information. Thus, I have just violated his free will and ruined his life. And now, in the ruining of his life, the universe is going to smack my life because what I did to him. Or I could say that from a Christian perspective, whatever you doing to the least of these, my brothers, somebody finish that for me. All right. you do also unto me. You understand? All right. So we're saying prosperity got one voice. Everybody's saying the same thing, but it's real. That means I can't run up on Tempest and hurt her feelings and expect that I have not violated her free will, because until she heals, anything she does until her healing moment, I am liable for. If it takes 2 years for her to heal, all that karma is my fault, and the universe will make sure that I pay for that. Everybody understand what I'm saying? Go ahead, Carol. Oh, hold on. You muted yourself. And I'm saying this for a reason. I'm saying this because I want to make a statement. I want to explain to middle class. Go ahead.
What if you hurt somebody's feelings unknowingly? Like something you did, and that person's all of a sudden not talking to you, and you have no clue.
Yep.
How does that karma work?
I'm glad you used the word karma, because I was about to bring it up. It is essentially it's just karma. The Wachowskis tried to tell you this in Matrix Part 3. Karma is just a word. Everything of Eastern thought has tried to tell you this. It's a word. It just means, it means a lot, but what goes around comes around in its simplicity. The answer to your question, Carol, and will always be the answer, it would never stop being the answer, is forgiveness stops the wheel of karma. That's the answer to your question. I got you. Forgiveness stops the wheel of karma. If I hurt you unknowingly, once I come to the realization of this, I must forgive myself for what I did, or as you would say, repent. It just means to turn around. I think Pam Norris actually knows. One of y'all said that yesterday. Sugar said that yesterday on the call towards the end. Okay, now that I've forgiven myself, I've stopped pretty much half of the karma coming back to me. Because the worst thing I want to do is be living an apology. I just liberated somebody, Michelle. Somebody need to hear that upon this day. Okay, somebody need to hear that. Now, if you, Carol, if I, since it's your question, have mistreated you in the last 2 years because you hurt me and you didn't know it, and I've been trying to tell you the whole time and you didn't get it. Now, it ain't enough just to forgive yourself. Now you got to include me in your forgiveness. You understand? Amen. So now you got to forgive anything I've done to you, because you the one who violated my free will and made me do it in the first place. I am talking. I promise you this got everything to do with finances. Just hear me out. Now you've created a whole circle of forgiveness, and you've eliminated the karma there. Carol, you've eliminated. You've forgiven yourself. Now you've forgiven me. So if you forgiven me and let it be known, or at least let it be, you ain't got to tell me, because maybe I'm your sexual abuser or something. But if you let it be known through your actions that I let this go, right? If you just relieve yourself of that, now what you've done is you stop the karma from your actions coming back, and you're no longer responsible for the karma of my actions coming back. So if I continue to hate you, now that karma has to come on me. It has nothing to do with you no more.
Not only that, but in that exchange and that circle of karma, which I had spoken in one of the calls that we had, how I forgave somebody that's supposedly dying, that really stuck me for like 10,000.
I remember you said that like 6 months ago. I remember. So,
but not only that, but in that you also learn your lesson, because there's a lesson in it.
That's right.
It's not just the karma, but there was a lesson that caused that to happen.
And it's what you were here to learn.
Mm-hmm.
You were here. That person was part of your ascension. You were here to burn off that karmic debt. That was your job. And the more you don't do it, is the more you repeat the lessons. Okay? Sugar likes this. And Sugar like, ooh, okay, good. Now, why did I bring that up? Because y'all are in an illusion. The illusion is we taking care of you, or you winning, or whatever, and someone's violating your free will, and it sits in the middle class. The most abused people on planet Earth, with respect to anyone caught in sex trafficking. I really have a heart about that, so I want to do something. I'm working on doing something in that area. In respect to anybody caught in African American slavery, obviously I can relate. Respect to these or anything like that, the middle class is the most abused people on planet Earth. You know why you're abused? Because you don't even know you're abusing. You got Stockholm syndrome. You're in love with your oppressor. Let me explain with the financial model. Remember I said you're going to be confused and be like, you know what? It is right here. If you get your money and you look at your expense and say, you know what? No, I don't want to pay for all that right now. And then you let me, financial institution, say, well, Carol, don't worry about it. Come to me. We'll give you the money. Then you can come pay for them and just pay us back. We'll pay them. You pay us. Oh, but by the way, if you don't pay us, we're going to take that. And we're going to tell them, we're going to tell on you too. We tattletales. Yeah, we got a numerical tattletale system. Sure do. We are super tattletales. We snitch every 30 days. We send a snitch report. Okay? Just let you know. We send a snitch report every 30 days. Every 30 days. And if you want to dispute our snitching, you got to wait 60 days for us to. Okay. That means if your money goes to a financial institution and then goes to your expenses, you're automatically in the middle class. This is why I told Michelle, don't buy a house. I asked her, what are you trying to do? I didn't want, I would have told you to buy a house. I would have, but I asked you, and I said, you know what? Let me make it simpler. How much money are you trying to make a month? She said $15,000 a month. Did somebody else hear that? And I think she said at least. It was at least. Okay, she said at least. And she said it with so much confidence, like, and that's just chump change. All right, so we in the same area. So she doesn't have middle class aspirations. Therefore, don't buy a house. The fastest way to get stuck in the middle class is to spend your money like the middle class. You understand? Gary Vee said the fastest way not to own Ferrari is to buy a Ferrari. It's facts. If you want to own, let me say it the way I like to tell you. I'm not on the court. I'm in the library. I'm buying the basketball team. I'm not playing for it. And I ain't coaching it. And I ain't the general manager. That's all my labor force. Y'all use y'all gifts, run me my money. And if you think you're doing good, please know I signed your checks. Wish I had somebody. I saw somebody raise their hand up. It was, okay, Carol. And then back to you, Deanna, because you had a question.
So are we saying to buy low, sell high? And when you buy low, make sure that whatever you're buying is bringing in more funds for you.
Look at you talking like you in the top 1%. Look at you. Come on, y'all unmute your mic and clap for her. That was good. That's it. That's exactly what I'm saying. Yes, it's exactly what I'm saying. Go ahead, Deanna.
My headphones just died.
What died?
My headphones died. I think you answered it, but when it came to the forgiveness, the greatest way to stop the wheel of karma is, is forgiveness. And Miss Carol asked, so what if you didn't know that you hurt someone's feelings? Is it to stop the wheel of karma when it comes to that? Is it for them to forgive you, or for you always ask the universe to forgive you if you offended or hurt someone's feelings that you didn't know?
So let me go back to my system. You sped me up. Y'all need to forgive this model. It's why I brought this up. Did you know you was in the middle class until somebody like me told you? No. Did y'all? No. They convinced you with the illusion the middle class is good. If you're in America, they called it the American dream. That's trash. The middle class illusion gives an 18-year-old $110,000 of student loan debt to trap that 18-year-old in $110,000 worth of debt shackles until they 65, and then lets that same 10-year-old pay taxes for 45 years, only to tell that same 18-year-old we'll give you retirement possibly for a lifetime, but it's more likely going to be about 17 years, 7 years. But you will determine how much we'll pay you and how much you put into the system. That's the illusion of wealth. That's not wealth. Go ahead, Michelle.
Okay, so now you're telling me, so there's a two-part question.
No worries.
You say don't buy a house, so where do I need to be able to, so pretty much I need to be in a position financially to be able to pay my house off in cash so it won't be considered an expense.
All right, almost. Hold your second one.
Yeah, because you're telling me I'm ready to I need a house for me and my family. So
understood.
Yeah, yes. Now you know how I feel.
I got you. So here we go. You sped me up to the third model. But all of y'all don't ever pay nothing off early. Ever. Let me stop my screen. Because when you do, I know, little tip is like, when you do, you become whoever you paid it off early to, labor's force. If you're I know. The reason why this is hard and the reason why you got to the initial rejection is because it's middle class. Am I telling you paying off your house is wrong? No. But if you're trying to be in the top 1% to where money is not an issue, then yes, it's wrong. Before I explain, let me tell you, I don't worry about credit. I hate credit. Don't even care about credit. I don't worry about credit. I get credit reports, alerts every day. I pay someone named Michael Tate to monitor that because I don't care. I don't need credit. I've been to jail 17 times because I went crazy after the army. I was shell shocked. And nobody, Charmone, asked about my background. Because you only ask employees about their background. When you apply for a job, they say, Steve, what's your social? Steve, get a social. What's your birthday? Your birthday. Where you been? Well, in the last 10 years, this is my work record. What's this gap here? Well, I got sick or I went to jail. Well, what else you got going on? Well, here's my references. Okay. Give me 3 more references. Here's some more references. When you go start a business, they say, Steve, you in? Yep. End of discussion. Now, that is now the realest thing I've said in 2020. When you are in control, ain't no question there. When you're not, you got to fill out a lot of forms. How is that not slavery? How did they not take the Africans and say, okay, let's do a little, all right, let's make a document for this. Oh, you don't believe that? Okay, let's go to sports. The NFL combine or anything. Oh, he could jump this high. Oh, I'm being too real now. He could shoot this far, throw that fast. Man, if I'm taking all that, I'm saying, look at this slave. No matter what color. Ooh, that's a good top performing slave. And I'm having a draft on which one of these slaves is going to produce the most income for me. By the way, we're going to sell your likeness and your jersey. You can't get paid for that too. You ain't got to like it, but you know I'm right, because it's how money works. Here we go, Michelle. First part of your question is you want to get your money, and then you want to skip. You see this here? Don't even, you just don't, hold on, put my camera on your face. Don't you even touch that financial institution. You come, take your money, and you get you some of these assets way over here. You understand? Now watch this here. Michelle says, I want a house. This is what Michelle gonna do. She's gonna create an asset. And she's gonna say, asset, this is what I want you to do. I want you to pay all my expenses. Y'all see this? All right. Asset being obedient says, yes, ma'am. We will do that for you. Because assets don't argue back. Oh, I wish I had somebody. I'm trying to free somebody, Charmone. Assets don't argue. They don't sleep around on you. You know what I'm saying? They don't do none of that. They just show up, and whatever Michelle do, yes, Your Highness. That's what Michelle say, give me some more money. Yes, Your Highness. We will give you some more money. You understand? Assets do whatever you tell them to do, and they never take a day off. You ain't got to feed it. You gonna do none of that. If it's real estate, just go cut the grass and tell the renter, all right, we'll replace that stove real quick. You understand? Place that stove, $500, place that stove. That's all right, because you're gonna pay me $825 a month for the rest of the year. Your next rent check pay for this stove itself. Now, Michelle says, well, I got a loan. Okay, you got you a loan. This is what you're gonna do with that loan, Michelle. You're gonna put it in an asset. And that asset gonna say, what you want to do with this loan money? Oh, well, pay some more of my expenses. All right then. Now, where is Michelle's expenses? Right here. And the house is in there. House. Right there. The house. That's the house you want. Right there. Looks good. Put a little cross on it. Because it's blessed by the Lord. That's your house. Now, pay attention to this example. Michelle says, I want to pay this house off early. I say, okay, this is where you come in at, Tempest. All right. We'll pay a house off early. But wait a minute now. I'm not fit to let the bank benefit from me paying this house off early. Assets, go get me another asset. Help me, somebody. Ah, okay, it clicked. I see your face. It clicked. Go get me another asset. And now I got you. And now asset says, okay, yes, ma'am, we'll do that. That's what you want us to do, right? That's exactly. Don't talk back to me. Oh, yes, we got you. Now, assets, go get some more assets. Then Michelle says, the asset says, well, what you want us to do over here? Oh, well, Michelle says, well, pay for some more expenses. All right, then, we're good. So now she got two assets paying for expenses. Then Michelle said, you know what I'm going to do? Asset, I want you to pay my whole mortgage every month. Other asset, you're going to pay 2 times the mortgage. But the rest of that money, watch it, goes to me. Help me, somebody. And then she says, well, I like this lifestyle. What should I do? Well, asset, I want another one. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Your wish is my command. Another asset. Okay. And what you want to do with this? Well, what we want you to do is pay for expenses. Well, you ain't got no more expenses. Well, I want a new lifestyle. Yes, ma'am. No problem. What you want to do with the rest of this money? Well, you know what I want you to do. Bring it back over here. First asset says, hey, we got, first asset does this here. Hey, Michelle, we paying the expenses, but it's going down. We got extra money now. What you want to do with it? You know what I want you to do with that money. Bring it over here. Run me my money. I wish I had some folks that were serious about their money. Run me my money. Now you got three assets. Everyone knows this here. It's been one of the greatest books of all time. How many streams of income does the average millionaire have? Someone give it back to me. No, I used to have 18. I got more than that now. 7 is the answer. 7 to 9, something like that. 7. Now watch this here. Michelle goes, well, shoot, I got 3 of them, and I got all this extra money. What you gonna do, Michelle? Well, shoot, I'm gonna buy me 4 more houses. Uh-oh. Watch this, Michelle. Watch it. Watch it, because I want you to shout all over this ugly drawing I'm doing. You just shout everywhere. You just screenshot it and pray about it. Just speak in tongues all over it. Now watch this here. And all these assets, these new assets, Michelle says, well, come here, and then come there. Here, then come there. Same thing. And then Michelle started like, Antonio, well, I don't even need to go to expenses anymore. You just come over here. Run me my money. Okay? Now watch this. That's 7 streams of income. And Michelle be just like me, fool around, look up and go, oh, I'm a millionaire. I had no idea. Now, I'm saying something powerful here because there's a skip. There's a step I skipped. Every last one of y'all pay attention. Let's go for this one. Up in the poor, I started with the money, didn't I? I said, you got money? Oh, just for to make all y'all shout. I started with the money, and I said, if you got money, if it goes here, boom. With the middle class, I said, if you got money, it starts financial institution, it goes here. Please know, with the wealthy, I skip the financial institution every time. I only brought it up once because you said you had a loan for some house. Watch it. She's working on credit. Pay attention. Then I didn't start from my money. I started from my assets. Help me somebody. Which means, Michelle, in all the time it took you to get these assets, you never touched your own money. If you've been with me, you say, Antonio, why you won't just do that? Because if I let me touch my money, I go back to the middle class, and over my dead body am I going back to the middle class. So when people, I got you, Carol, when people are middle class minded, they clash with me because they don't understand. I'm not going to touch my money. I'm not going to touch my money. I'm not going to do that. Because if I touch my money, where do I objectively become in capitalism? Middle class. And I'm not fit to be like you because you need me to be like you for me to mentor you. Hell no. You're not fit to bring me down so you can understand me. I'm not fit to do that. And stop letting some man tell you, ooh, sugar, you so much. Come down here. She said, oh no, I ain't doing that no more. I been That's it. I ain't doing that. Ain't nobody doing that. Stop bringing your money down to your level and expecting it to make you a millionaire. I ain't the first person that said that. What's my man's name? Art? No, not Art Monk. Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn says, unless you grow out to money will dwindle down to you. Go ahead, Carol. Unmute your mic and shake a second. I kindly list those 7 income resources. I got 23 streams of income, Shaker, by the way. Probably more than that now. Go ahead, unmute your mic.
So do you take those assets that you have and use them as collateral to buy other assets?
You is just on it today, Carol. Yes. Because then now the bank says, oh my God, Carol, can we please lend you some money? Because you got all this collateral. We'll give you a lot of money. And then that's when you say, all right, bank, okay, for every dollar I give you, I want 4 back. It's 25%. They put, how many of y'all have a loan? They say, well, we'll approve for this much if you put 20% down. How many of y'all have heard that before? Yeah, that's how it works. But you're saying I'm putting 25% down. So now you're going to take $1 million and they're going to give you back 25 million. No, I'm wrong. They're going to give you back 4 million. And now you take that 4 million, Carol, and you go buy an apartment complex. It's for you, Michelle. But you don't buy a $4 million apartment complex because that's middle class. That's you taking that money and rushing to pay it off. No. What's 25%? You go buy a $16 million apartment complex. And then let all your renters pay your bill down because you're going to live for 30 years anyway. You ain't in no rush. Bank win. You win. But listen, where's Grace? Is Grace here? Grace, share your calculator, and then I'm going to get to Deanna, then Michelle. Deanna, then Michelle. Watch this here. This is the difference. This is the difference. Share your calculator, Grace. I want you to take a 6% return. 6% return on $16 million. That's all I want. If you didn't erase it, can you share the white screen again? I got you. Okay. You trying to share your screen?
Yes. Okay.
There you go.
You said 6% return?
6% return on $16 million. I own a listen, stop paying stuff off. All you want, Michelle, is return on investment. 6%. Now, what's that number, Grace? You know I went to public school. You know, I suffer. I went to public school.
You added to the 16 million, right?
No. I want just the 6%. I don't even want to add it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Minus 16 million. Okay, there we go. 960,000.
Michelle, can you live off $960,000 a year from one apartment complex? Now, imagine, y'all. Look at the brilliant stuff I just said. I know Steve gets it. If one asset is lending you $960,000 a year, that's when you go buy your house. But if you go buy your house, you got a 90% chance you never gonna get to what I just told you. Because the fastest way not to own a Ferrari is to buy a Ferrari. We about to go higher. Let me get these questions. Deanna first, Michelle second, and then whoever else. Yes, second. That's a 6% return on investment. That's 6. That is a very modest real estate return on investment per year. Go ahead.
So Denise had a question. Okay.
That means I'm also saying 94% of that went to expenses. The project manager, or the property manager, the loan, the upkeep. And so y'all not willing to lose 94% of your money to get 6 back. But can I give you comfort? It ain't my money. It's my customer's money. And in that scenario, I made the bank my customer. So do I care if I'm only getting 6% when it ain't my money? Learn how to play Monopoly with the whole world. Okay, go ahead now.
So Denise put a question in chat.
Hold on. Get to the questions here in a second, then, since you finna go in that energy. And everything I said today, Steve, is what you're gonna do with Ricasa. Okay. Now you can go. Steve got it immediately. He been had it. Go ahead.
So Denise wanted to know, is it better to do all of this as a business rather than an individual?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Nope. I mean, give me the second half later. And then we got to come back and get Michelle's second question. Yes, because you're taxed more as an individual. This is where the conservatives of the world, I don't even know if I could be, so I'm not liberal or conservative, but when it comes to money, I am clearly conservative, super I might as well be libertarian. Y'all know what? Not libertarian. Yeah, libertarian. You know what that means? That means that's far right. That's super right. That's more right than Donald Trump when it comes to money. When it comes to money, I'm way to the right. I'm like, no government, get out my money, all that stuff. Why? Because the laws that let you keep your money are in favor to the slave owners, not the slaves. We call that businesses or entities. This is why in 2019, real number, I forget the number. Amazon made, Google for me, Deanna, real quick. Put this in Google. Amazon made, how much tax-free money did Amazon make in 2019? And then share your screen. I forget the number. I got a number in my head, but it sounds so preposterous. Y'all not even gonna believe me. It just sounds. How much tax 2019? Listen, I'm not giving y'all old data. 2019, 6 months ago. Anybody playing? Ain't nobody trying to get you no old data. I ain't got time for to be. I'm never gonna become irrelevant. Look, don't listen. That's CNBC. Can we trust CNBC as a source, y'all? Can you read, Grace? Read that. Read that, Grace, please. And that's reported in 2020. Read that because you got such a great voice.
After 2 straight years of paying $0.
How much, Grace? How much?
$0.
Now, in math, does zero even exist?
Yes, it does.
In the world, it does not. Okay?
Yes.
It's all right. Keep going.
After 2 straight years of paying $0 in U.S. federal income tax, Amazon was on the hook for a $162 million bill in 2019. The company said in an SEC filing on Thursday. Of course, $162 million is still just a fraction of the $13.9 billion in pre-tax income.
Thank you very much.
Amazon reported
Thank
for
you very
2019.
much. Amazon made over $13 billion with a B, tax-free. So Denise, yes, business. Because you can only do that with a business. As an individual, you on the hook for 13.5% automatically, at the least. And if you don't live in Texas, because we ain't got no sales tax. That's why you think so many millionaires and billionaires coming to Texas. Why you think I ain't leaving? And Texas crazy. But it ain't crazy when you're rich. It's just fine.
Tesla is coming to Texas, going to Austin.
There you go. Since you got your mic muted, go ahead. Give me your. You probably got 2 questions by now.
Yeah, I did because my mind is being blown.
Run it.
First, do you provide financial consultations? Because I have some things that I need to do to be. I know I can't ask all that when we having our private calls, so let me know.
I do.
Okay, good. 2, I'm in agreement with Miss Shakar. I'm in agreement with Shakar. Can you give examples of assets or list 7 incomes?
Yep, gotcha.
Source incomes that we could start off with, but give an example of the assets.
I'll tell you mine. I'll bless you even more. I'll tell you mine.
And before you do that, so you're saying now I should continue to rent. I wrote it down. Yep. I should continue to rent until I develop at least 2 to 3 additional assets to pay my expenses and pay for my new home in cash, or enable me to allow the financial institution to provide me a loan with my assets using them as collateral. I just want to make sure I understand.
Yes, comma, as long as other people pay my bills. Yes, then you can 100% say everything you just said. The goal for all of you is to never pay your own bills again. I should have been liberated for somebody.
Oh, I'm sorry, real quick. And when so the money Any additional after our expenses are paid.
Yep.
The extra money left over from our earnings, we're just stacking that up to use to invest or to live
That's right.
the life.
No living.
Okay.
Invest first.
Invest.
You can live later.
So invest. So what we do with the
Yes.
money that we're stacking? At least say that, and then list your 7 incomes or types of assets we should have.
No doubt. So with the money you're stacking, I'm going to say it the way it's in my heart.
Okay.
What I do with they money that I'm stacking, that makes me feel good. That makes me feel real good. What I do with they money that I'm stacking, use they money to go get me other people money that I'm going to stack.
Example.
I'm going to take, all right, let's use you. I'm going to take Antonio's gifts and his genius.
Okay.
And he want to get his money away for free, 50% revenue with Ricasa. Shoot, I'm sure going to let him do it. And I'm going to jump in his system, take his money, they money. Who is his money? Somebody I done recommended to with some link.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to get my check, and I'm going to take they money and go put it over here somewhere that, if you acting like Grace, somewhere else Antonio told me to put it in a hard asset that I control. And I'm taking they money to go get me some more of they money, is what I'm saying.
Okay. It's going to click, but we're going to get there.
And and we're going to do this for the next 10 something times. That's why,
Okay.
right? Yeah. Thank you. It's not that y'all don't get this. It's that you're a baby. You ain't never been taught this. You ain't never used your eyes before. They gave you eyes and said, see, sugar, can't you see? I got you, Carol. There's a Plato actually talks about this. Plato says that we're born in this cave, right? We're in this cave, and the people, they have, our backs are not looking at the fire, and all we do is we see the shadows on the wall, and they convince us that the shadows is real life. And what we start doing, we start arguing over the shadows, and we put theology on the shadows. We get all that stuff on the shadows because they never let us turn around and see the people controlling the fire. I'm being too woke. Go ahead, Carol. Save me from my wokeness. Look, sugar got it.
Real quick, don't forget the 7 streams of income, please, or the 7 assets. Or
okay, remind me right after Carol's question. I'll blend it all together.
Go ahead, Carol. I have a question for Michelle. Now, we're always told that renting is more expensive than if you had your mortgage to pay off.
Liars. The people telling you that are trying to sell you a house. They lying. The only people telling you that are real estate brokers. Real estate agents. But they slaves. They telling you that so they can get 3% that they got to split with their broker. You ain't got to believe that. Ask yourself why millennials are not buying houses the way our parents did. Because we watched them mess over baby boomers. We not doing it. I know what happened to my grandmother. I watched my grandmother die and her 8 kids split her house money and they ain't got the house no more. And I watched her have to have 2 strokes and she was stressed on how to pay that house. And she never paid that house off. And she never had freedom. And she could never go on vacations. And she saved up her whole life to go to Disney World once. I watched. So I ain't doing that. This is why we don't buy houses. Not the way y'all do it. If you look at the richest people in the world, they're mostly millennials. If you just look at it. And if you look at the richest people in the world the longest, they're mostly baby boomers. But I can assure you that renting is less expensive than owning. I'm not telling you to believe me. Let's just look at the wealthy. The wealthy rent everything, own nothing. Think about it. Pam Norris just got it. So don't believe me. Do what they do. Bill Gates don't own no cars. He owns an entity that controls the cause and the money. You sue Bill Gates, you getting a shirt. So even the top one, like I ain't talking about top, I'm talking about like super top 1%. They don't own nothing. Yeah, I don't own nothing. I dare you to sue me. I don't own nothing. You know what? I own these headphones. You can get these headphones. I just walk law. Law just asked me. I wish he was here. Law just asked me. Law wants to invest in real estate. He wants to invest in real estate with me. So guess what I told Law to do? And you'll love this because this is how you know you're not being mentored by no slave master. I said, Law, well, the first thing you need to do is not buy nothing under your name. Oh yeah, but I'm ready. I'm ready. Just let me give you the money. Nah, you're not gonna do that. Mm-mm. I don't want none of your money if it's coming from you. Ask him yourself. I don't want none of your money, Law, if it's coming from you. Who should I do? What should I do? I said, well, you need to get you a Series LLC. Why? Because that's what you need to get. He said, well, you going to do it for me? I said, well, Deanna could, but I ain't going to do that. He said, why not? Would it be cheaper? I said, yeah, it would be cheaper, but we don't know the law like that. So I said, who do you recommend? And I called one of my contacts. I was actually on his podcast. He was on mine. His name was actually like Royal Smith. That's actually his name. And sent him over there. And Law paid tens of thousands of dollars to get 2 entities built, and they just record him in a bank account. And now Law is set up by real estate lawyers to do both massive and passive income. Now Law's ready. Now, could I have taken his tens of thousands of dollars? Yep. But I said, no, sir. I don't. Nope. You need to go spend tens of thousands of dollars on yourself so you don't get into no trouble. And then you can make some more money. And then we can do business. Listen, I ain't got time to be going to hell for y'all, even though, that's questionable. I ain't doing it. I'm not doing this, Steve. No, I'm going to do what I think is right objectively. It's better to spend $15,000 so you don't have to spend $150,000 trying to get out of a lawsuit. It's better. It's absolutely better. And that's the mindset that we have there, Michelle. How can we make our business LLC work for us? Yeah, good question. Let's go back to what Carol's saying. They want you to rent, right? No, listen. Boom. Did you remember your question? It's in there? Okay, good. How can we make your LLC work for us? This is now me going to bring in my 7 streams of income. Oh, I got way more than that, but I'll give you to them right now. The first thing you want to do is you want to start creating a vehicle that produces income. Now, pretty much everything is a vehicle. So let's define a vehicle. It is something that Tempest puts some money into, and that something will drive money back out. Now, you obviously want, I'm sorry, Tim, I forgot to do this. Here, take a screenshot of this. You obviously want you probably don't want to take a screenshot of that. Hold on. Well, take a screenshot of it, then I'll clear it up a little bit. I'll clear it up. Let me know. Let me see her face real quick.
She put a thumbs up.
Okay, you know it's good when Tipp's got her camera on the whole time. You know it's good. You know it's good. Yeah, buddy. All right, so never touch your money. I'm gonna erase this financial institution too, because I don't want y'all to even think about financial institutions. Assets pays for all your expenses, and the rest of the assets go to your income, and whatever income you got, you never touch. Thus, always skipping this and never touching this. Take a screenshot of that now, Tempest. Anybody else? Y'all got it? There you go. Outstanding. Now, well, Antonio, can you get a 7 income? I'll tell you the ones that y'all sit in the middle of and you ain't even realized it. Let's start with one. You call it the sophomore level, stream of income. Yep. Junior level, stream of income. That's 2 right there. Senior level, stream of income. That's 3. Why you think I got them independently operated? Oh, I ain't done. Bureau of Dominant Speakers. That's 4. cold calls, that's 5. Ricasa, that's 6. Client services, that's 7. Right there. And I ain't even touched 1% of what I'm actually doing. I ain't told you about no books. I ain't told you about no speaking engagements. But here's what you're gonna love, Michelle. You ready? Because I know you ready. I'm finna throw you the ball. I want you to swing. Boom. All of Antonio's expenses come from one stream of income in one company. Sophomore level. Anything over $19.99, I win. But Steve, I'm willing to lose every time. $19.99, I break even. $20.01, I won 2 cents. And all I got to do, Sugar, is figure out how to multiply these 2 cents. So I'll be literally saying, can I get my 2 cents on that, please? Yeah, literally would be. I would even start a whole marketing campaign called My 2 Cents. I'm slick.
Grain of rice.
Yeah, the grain of rice.
rice.
Yep. I'm slick. Those are literally 7. Did that help y'all? Because for you, it seems like one business. Not the way I got it structured. Just wait till Steve and Jerry. Just wait until they funnel this thing up. Oh, because if it's 3 streams of income for me, it's also 3 streams of income for them. And every day, my audience grows twice. I shouldn't even tell y'all this, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you. I actually forwarded you the email. I shouldn't even tell you this, but I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all. I'm pulling it up right now. I ain't going to show my screen, though. I'm so not showing my screen. Come here. Market Watch, Yahoo News, Finance, USA Today, Business Insider stuff. Let me just stop right there. I'm saying too much. I'm supposed to be on all these platforms talking about my greatness on their platforms. I just got that email 2 days ago. Now imagine when Steve is running a funnel and he puts as seen on Yahoo Finance. Oh, somebody missed it. Okay. Pam gets it. Everything I do makes it easier for you to convert. And use me, it goes back to that original statement I said, this vehicle, and then put it in something hard that you control that won't go nowhere. Because it's a possibility that COVID will affect anything ATS. It hasn't and it won't. But it's still a possibility. Let's just say they get rid of internet forever. Well, that would actually affect me. But that ain't gonna affect real estate. It's not. Only thing I can think of affecting real estate is a meteor. One of these doomsday scenarios. Other than that, actually, no, that's not even going to affect it. Because once we come back and evolve how we do, we still going to be selling caves. As long as men and women exist on planet Earth, a man has a responsibility to make sure a woman gets to clean herself, not in the cold and not in the dark. And as long as that's a true reality, real estate will always be profitable. Because if I want to get close to somebody and I make this woman take a cold, dark shower, I ain't getting close to nobody. Help me, somebody. That's a reality.
What else? What else besides real estate?
Gold. Gold keeps increasing in value. You can bet against governments. That ain't going nowhere. Do y'all know how to bet against governments? They actually, you see it all the time. You've seen it though. That somebody smart like me created a network market coming out of it. Foreign exchange. You ever seen the thing Forex? Foreign exchange is how you bet against governments. It is a 24-hour a day, 7-day a week liquid stock market exchange, in which it is all currency. It's all liquid. That just means all cash. And what you're doing is you're betting against the pound versus the yen, pound against the dollar, all that stuff. You're betting against governments at that time of day. That's another one.
I have a question.
Yes,
If
ma'am.
I was to go get in, I may be putting my foot in my mouth, but I'm just gonna ask 'cause I just want to
No,
know.
heck.
I would love to flip houses. I love the shows. I know I have the
Okay.
business and the knack for it. So what is say flipping houses, but using them to be able to be rented out versus selling them?
Okay, like Tempest got that question too. All right. I have to ask you a question. I know the answer, but I want to make the answer contextual to your dreams and goals. Are we talking about being in the top 1% comfortable, or you I need your money goal again. When it comes to real estate, this is a whole different stream of income now. When it comes to real estate and you fixing and flipping and holding, however, how much money are you talking about leaving behind when you are dead? And that will help me ask you a question.
To the point where my sons don't have to pay for nothing
Understood.
for at least
Understood.
2 or 3 years.
Understood. Okay, 2 or 3 years.
I'm not gonna make them lazy though. So I mean, I may have them set up, but it's gonna be coming out in increments because I want them to work and build themselves.
Fair enough. So let's say 2 to 3 generations, but they got to do some stuff that you stipulate if they want to get the rest of that money. All right,
You
there you
show
go.
doggone Skippy.
Okay, I ain't mad at you.
I don't spoil. If I had to work hard, they do too.
No, that's good. That's the only reason I know how to make so much money is because I had to work hard. That's the only reason. If I came from not the trash can, then I wouldn't be here. Now, I can answer your question. Because, see, let me tell you why I always have to do y'all like that, because I need to know how to answer your question. Because there are people out here like me that's going to tell you to pay off your debts. I'm never going to tell you how to pay off your debts. Because if you pay off your debt, you can't make no money. Because the only way the government gets money is it borrows from debt. So if you want to be filthy rich, you also have to have filthy debts. They just need to be good debts. I probably went too fast. In order to get out the middle class, you must have a lot of debt. That's paradoxical, right? It's like, oh, I don't understand what you mean. No, you just need to write this sentence down, and I'll fully answer your question, Michelle. I'm going to put it in the I am. No. I have created a life in which I have no debt that others are not paying for. I have created a life in which I have no debt that others are not paying for. Now we talking, Michelle. See, now you can go get $5 billion. If you're a billionaire, you got $1 billion in debt. You ain't gotta believe me. Just look at how they screaming right now. But guess what? Does it matter if you got $5 billion in debt, Michelle? If it ain't your money paying for it? No. And that's wealthy. But if you paying for the $5 billion in debt, you stressed out with dry skin. You know what I'm saying? You're stressed out. No. If you pay for your debt, you're stressed. If other people or assets are paying for your debt, you're Steve. Everybody got me? Listen to what Steve said like 2 weeks ago, a week ago. I just sold my company. Steve just sold his company for a nice profit and is figuring out what he want to do to make some more money. Do you know how good that life is? To be like, oh, I got time. I'm in no rush. I'm a dibble and dabble in some of this. And then what did he do? Steve said, I'm not going to build another company. Oh, I'm going to build some vehicles. I've heard about these sales funnels. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Steve said, I'm going to do the same thing I just did with no overhead and no employees. We call it a micro business in my world. to where I got a vehicle pumping me out money like 15 people work there. So our Steve just gets up, he drinks his tea, checks his little back office, says doing good. And he goes about his day. And he swipe his card, and the government tracks him. Last part, even though last part is true, I was just saying it for a joke because the government's tracking all of us, right? Even though it's true. Okay, you get it. Now, Michelle, don't fix and flip then. I know. If you're going to fix and flip, then you need to disguise the fix and flip, or you need to secure yourself in the fix and flip by creating an education company in which you teach people how to fix and flip. Let me tell you why. Because there's two reasons why you don't want to build your 2-generational wealth around fixing and flipping. Because what are you doing? You're getting hold of the slave and giving it to somebody else. You don't get the asset and give it away. I just went through the thing with y'all. Look at the screen. I just told you, get an asset. I didn't say give it away. If you fix and flip, you get the asset, and then as soon as you sell it, you get rid of it. No. So if you're going to create that business model, that's not your real business. Think about all these gurus that fix and flip. They teach you how to fix and flip. You think Robert Kiyosaki made more money off of real estate or Rich Dad Corporation? So if you're going to fix and flip, then follow the laws of success when it comes to real estate guru-ness and write books, sell programs. And Tiffany just had an epiphany moment. Because
Okay,
you always want to secure yourself with consistent monthly cash flow. And fix and flip is not consistent, nor is it monthly cash flow. It's massive cash. None of y'all build your lives around massive cash. Build your lives around consistent and steady cash flow, whether it be massive or small. Do Warren Buffett, not Wolf of Wall Street. Although he's actually an incredibly smart businessman, by the way. But do you understand what I'm saying? He really is. He really is. But do you get it? Don't build your system around making $90,000 profit. Build your system around getting $90,000 a day. And the way you do that is you get your $90,000 profit and you let your education company give you $90,000 a day teaching people. Okay, go ahead. I know you got some follow-up questions.
Oh, no. I was
It.
just using that as an example because believe it or not, within my business, my administration business, besides my travel, I actually create packages and sell them to people to help their business. So trust me when I say
You own it.
I understand that. I was just trying to get an idea for as real estate. How can I use real estate as an asset besides the ideas, the assets
Yep.
I have that I'm gonna create within my businesses? Where I don't have to do anything. It's just create a package and they just sell and go. But I was just trying to find another
Gotcha.
example
Get
of
as
a
many
real estate.
doors as possible
Okay.
and have people pay for all those doors. Now, what that looks like, that's up to you. That could be a shopping center. You could do commercial. You could do multi-family units. You can have a downtown high rise that has 100 offices per floor, and you got 80 floors. You understand? Yeah, you it get as many. This is why I actually wrote down. I'm gonna show y'all something. I have a list. Now, some of this stuff is. Let me just. All right, everybody. I'm gonna show y'all my personal list. So I have an ATS to-do list. But it's not what you think a to-do list is. It's not like to-do daily list. It means before I'm dead, do this. Okay? I don't do to-do lists. I do defining moments. So everything on here is a defining moment. Everybody follow that? Some of this stuff is some real woke stuff y'all don't really want to see. But I'm going to go ahead and show it to you because I don't know what's on here that I don't want you to see. So I'm going to just go ahead and go on here and let you see it. All right, just go ahead because I want to add as much value to you as possible. I just wrote something down the other day. So here you'll see, what's the last time I updated this? July 1st. Yes, no, 2 days ago at 10:49 a.m. Don't worry about that. Well, you know what? Now you can see it. You shouldn't have saw that. All right. Other than that, let's see. Create a game. Oh, right here. Create a game that teaches black kids how to invest and become business people. That's what I want you to see. I actually wrote that down. 2 days ago. Monopoly has been teaching y'all how to be billionaires, and you don't never play it. Hey, what Monopoly say? The first thing you need to do is get something that other people got to pay for when they come in your space. Hey, Steve, can I get some advice? Sure, pay. Is that not what Monopoly do? If you land on my space and get in my energy, I'm gonna need you to run me some money. Some of y'all keep giving space and not getting money. Start getting a return on your energy. I just helped somebody, Jerome. Okay? You get a return on your energy. If you keep praying for everybody, you need to figure out a way to get paid for them prayers. Shoot. Don't get me started. That's why I'll make a good pastor. Don't get me started. Okay? Nah. Now that you figure this out, then Monopoly says, go ahead and put a greenhouse on there. Okay. And Carol says, good. I got me a little money. Monopoly says, Carol, well, guess what? If you want some more money, put another greenhouse in there. Okay, cool. And Carol double his money. Now Carol said, wait a minute now. You mean if I double it, I get more? I say, yeah, put a third one on there, watch you triple it. Carol says, put it on there, somebody fooling around, Carol done triple her money. Now Carol's addicted. By that time, you addicted. You're not going to triple your money and just let that be a passing thing. No, we ain't act like that. So now that I done triple my money, they say, do it one more time, you're going to quadruple it. Carol put 4 houses down. Say, Carol, I dare you. I dare you to put a 5th one down. Carol say, don't dare me with a good time. She put a 5th one down. Now Carol say, ooh, 5 houses. And Carol say, well, this take a lot of work. I don't want to deal with all these houses. Girl, trade these houses in, get a hotel. Don't do nothing else no more. And that's Monopoly. Do the hard work to get 5 houses, then take all that income from my 5 houses, trade them in, get you one of them downtown buildings. You got 5 houses, that's cute, that's good. Then use all that collateral to go buy you a 500-unit apartment complex.
Resorts.
You understand? I'm helping somebody, Ada. And all of this, and this is just first day. I ain't even got started yet. I told you I'm gonna give you foundation stuff so I can tell you. All of this, Steve gets it, is all about you using Ricasa. I've already built this. It's already done. And who else is giving this away? We got the hottest product with the hottest technology, doing it in the most disruptive way possible. All you got to do is get in the flow of my flow, and money will push out to you. Nothing else. Don't have to believe me. Sugar, tell them how you just got paid today. Did you call somebody? Walk us through the process, please. Tell them what you just did. Unmute your mic and tell them what you just did.
I just went to my Cash App and the money was there.
First off, I wasn't expecting you to say that, but boy, the Lord gave you that answer. You sure made me look good just now. I'm going to look 1 hour and 55 minutes in, take that sound bite and go ahead and run that as a 6-second commercial every day. Thank you very much. I sure appreciate you. That was good. I just went to my Cash App, money was there. Steve, I wasn't expecting that one. Then what happened? She said, Grace, I got a name. And Grace, what you did?
I called that name and told them about the Bureau of Dominant Speakers, and they were eager to get started.
Who did the work, Grace?
I did.
And who paid you to do the work?
Say it one more time.
Who pay you to work?
Oh, you do.
Who pay your bills?
You do.
Okay. Who pay your house bills?
You do.
Okay. Who pay for your food?
You do.
Okay. And you leverage me to make sure I take care of 100% of your lifestyle.
Amen.
Okay. I want original statement. She said, amen. Okay. Original statement. When I had y'all write down, I said, use Ricasa and then become my labor and then use my labor. I said that, didn't I? Okay. So did Sugar use Grace to go to Cash App and say that wonderful statement she did? Psh, boom. And do that as many times as you can. I'm already paying for people.
She gonna be getting another one on Monday.
I'm gonna have 5 more by Monday.
Okay. But
Now, Steve and Jerry is saying, yep, you wait till I pump out 5 a minute, is what they say. That's what they said. Because they understand as soon as those names, numbers, and emails hit the system, ring, ring, ring. Hey, how's it going? You doing okay? Yes. Oh, no, I'm so glad. Tell me about your dreams. And then Deanna has a whole intimate conversation with them for 45 minutes. And all of a sudden, Steve come back from fish and chips. And there it is in his bank account is some money. That, y'all ready? Because I took the questions and proved my point. That is making Ricasa this for you. And as long as you say Ricasa, Antonio, boy, run me my money, then you will be under this system. Now, when you get your money, don't start spending it like this or like this. Do you understand what I'm saying? Don't do that. And there you go. So let me find a few points and then we out of here. So Antonio, man, you blew my head off. Can you give it to me succinct? Can you condense it, truncate it? Tell me what I need to know. Get in the flow of money. I took the whole 2 hours. Get in the flow of money. I gave it to you in 6 words. I'm a bad man. I gave it to you in 6 words. We're going to Satish. It's like midnight over there. They tired. Never mind. I'm gonna let you alone. Satish. Oh, this boy is hungry. Why the hell is you up? You might as well mute your mic since you're up. Look, he it made no sense. Him and Shaker, up. It's 12:30 in the morning on there. Hey, it's tired. Okay, look at Shaker. He cut his camera off. I am up, sir. Sir, I am up. I've just fixed me some hot tea. I am up. Okay. He got it. We got a plan to go give 3.5 million customers in 760 days. Shaken and saw the numbers. It takes him $77,000 US to get into the top 1%. He's gonna try to do that every week. If you know another place that's gonna give you 3.5 million customers with their marketing budget and all their stuff, remember this morning I just told you I want to be the #1 payer on Facebook. So unless you gonna be the #1 spender on Facebook, then Charmon, use the #1 spender on Facebook. Use my money. Don't use your money. But don't let me fool you. Charmon, do me a favor, unmute your mic and read the text I sent to you last night. Listen, this is how I'm thinking, y'all. It's too funny, too. It's too funny. Read that text message word for word. Maybe it's a couple of them that I sent to you because I want to show y'all my mindset and how I'm thinking about all of us. Go ahead, Charmon.
Let me see if I can. You said.
Let me see if I can find the time of it.
You said, I need my subscription paid for and shipped. I'm a super fan. Take my money. That one?
Yep. I put Charmon, Jana, same message, said, hey, run that. Take my money. I'm a
Yes.
super fan. Now, Charmon, what happened less than 12 hours later?
You sent me your money.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You and Sugar is just talking so well today. Thank you so much. I sure appreciate you. Steve, I ain't thinking no other way. I'm trying to figure out a way that I can make Steve money and spend money with Steve. Anybody playing? Here's what's gonna happen next. All of y'all gonna get it. I believe it. I know it. I'm gonna go eat some poison because I gotta do it quickly. I got it 3 o'clock. I'm gonna drink me some brandy because I'm grown. I can do what I want. I am. Don't worry about it. It's all good. I'm just sip a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. And then I'm gonna take a whole bunch of water because that's what I do. Like it's so stupid what I do. If y'all see me, I drink about 10 bottles of water a day with my little things, and I take about not every day, but anyway, like this much alcohol. It's stupid. It's literally serves no purpose. Don't worry about what's up here. If there's a reason, it don't make no sense. Just don't even try to understand it. Just know that I don't make no sense sometimes. That's what happened next. And after that, I'm gonna look at all y'all pages, and I'm gonna see who deserves my attention, so I can figure out a way to tie their company in to the energy I'm trying to put out. Why? Because I need as many success stories as possible to do what I gotta do next. And it selfishly benefits me to have about 200 success stories because what I want to do next is so preposterous. I need to sit back and let 200 people defend me. Does that make sense? Oh, don't you talk about it, Tony? Oh, you don't understand. All right, something like that, right? Got to. Because what I'm getting ready to do next is I'm about to go after their customers. See, I ain't did that yet, Sugar. I ain't did that yet. I ain't bothered nobody, Pam Norris. But I'm about to. Somewhere between 760 days or less, I'm going after they customers. And they owe me money. And as far as I'm concerned, get down or lay down. Either put your company in our company, and you can stay in business, checks come to me now, or you got to get out of business. And before you think that's wrong, I just pretty much gave you the business investing strategy of Warren Buffett. That's where I'm at. Warren Buffett said, Geico, y'all doing good over there. Run me your money. Geico said, sure. You want to make any changes? No. Keep doing a good job. Just checks come to me now. I'll tell you what to do with it. Geico said, yes, sir. Geico's still in business. Had they not, Warren Buffett would have invested in Geico's competition. And Geico probably wouldn't be Geico. Get in the flow of money was the summation of this call. If you know I'm the flow of money, just get in it. Listen to the statement. The statement says, become my labor, flow of money, and then take that labor into your flow of money that you 100% control. That's simple. Antonio T. Smith Jr., you can plan better. You can dominate. All right, everybody. Thank you. Go to sleep, India. I appreciate you. Y'all have a good time. Appreciate you. Steve, we'll be talking soon. All right, everybody.